first base. McCutcheon's throw. The runner breaks to the plate. Here's the throw. Wow. Out. The buck goes with it. That ball's hitting well to left center field. Back toward the track. And that ball is gone.
You are listening to the North Shore 9 podcast. Follow them on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, make sure to watch NS9 Live Thursday on Twitch. Help support becoming a patron. Let's Sox!
Yo, yo, yo. It is NS9 Live. I am your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, as always, is my co-host, Ryan Alexander. What up, Ryan?
What's going on, DiNardo? Just
Not a whole lot.
Just seeing how we can cheat to get some more followers. That's all.
Let's buzz them on in.
Just start smacking a garbage can.
There you go.
That'll get it done.
Let's do it.
So what's up?
Oh man, not a whole lot. I don't know. It's a good 2020, I guess. Somewhat. What about you? It's been a long time since we've spoken.
It's snowing. It's about 20 degrees. And 2020 is off to a fantastic start tonight. But myself, Ryan Alexander, closes on his first sale tomorrow.
Do you?
In real estate, yes.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. So
your first house, huh?
It only took actually it was a piece of land, but I'll take it.
Oh, I mean, you know, you're first.
The house
doesn't matter what.
The house will be next.
No commission on that, unfortunately, though, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I do apologize in advance, Ryan. I just want to put this out there, though. So,
you hate to see it.
Yeah, it's just 70 degrees here. 10 o'clock p.m. January.
Is that all?
That's all. I apologize. Sorry. Hate to see it, but
just wait to February.
It's actually like
February
it's
15th.
unseasonably warm right now. I'm appreciating it. It's been like 80 degrees these past few days. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Unseasonably warm.
I just hope that on February freaking 15th, when I'm finally back in Pittsburgh, every time I come home, you know how this is. Every time I come home, it's the coldest it's been. It'll be like 80 degrees in August. I come home and it's 50. So I can only imagine like what February's going to be.
When do you even fly in? Because knowing our luck and your luck with this, your plane probably won't even be able to take off. It'll be such a blizzard.
Right. So I actually get in. I mean, it's a quick trip. I get in Friday morning and I leave Monday morning.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So the 14th through the 19th, I guess.
No, that's not
17th.
the 14th.
14th
I was going to say,
17th.
I'm like, that's only like 4 days, dude. Yeah, it's like
Quick
the 14th
math.
through the 17th or 18th or something.
And I leave Monday morning at like 6 a.m. So that's going to be a fun treat.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, it's going to be snowing. It'll be cold. Don't worry.
For sure. And I'm already miserable about it.
Why
But
don't you just
hey,
cheat?
but
See if you get some better weather.
Since we're talking about it, February 15th, the live podcast at the Foundry, part of the Pittsburgh Clothing Company's Bar Crawl, building bridges. So still get your tickets. $35. Support a really good cause. It's going to be a really, really fun time. And also, unfortunately, Ryan and I will be there.
That's right. Nobody is coming now. It'll be the last time they invite us.
For sure. The first and last.
But there will be alcohol, people. Drinks.
Lots of them. Lots. Pretty solid lineup. There's about... God, I got to be honest, I forget. There's about like a solid seven bars, I think, lined up that are going to be part of it.
There you go.
So,
Maybe,
but I mean, most importantly, us, they get the live podcast starting it off. So
that's right.
Come on early.
That's
we
right.
might have some giveaways. I don't know. Got to have something, right, Ryan?
Yeah, give away the shirt off your back or something. We'll figure out something. Maybe a couple beers.
The way everyone talks about my shirts, I don't think they'll want them.
Well, it depends on, are you going to wear like your 80s all pink outfit or whatever?
I might. We'll have to see. We'll see what the mood I'm in and the weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's true. So, yeah, let's talk about cheating.
All right. Like me cheating on my White Claw right now?
That's a much better option there.
Look at this, Ryan. And this is the true story. I didn't just put this on Twitter because I thought of a terrible joke. I actually forgot where my bottle opener was because I haven't used it in so long. I got out these beers.
That's brutal.
Which, as you can see, Oktoberfest. So I've been saving them.
Is that? I was just gonna say, is that Oktoberfest?
Yeah, I always got to buy too many of those. That way, you can still have them throughout the seasons. So I break out a couple, and I didn't know how to open them. I couldn't find my bottle opener, but finally did.
Unbelievable.
There it is. So I'm ready to go.
There it is. Nah, Sam Adams, that's the one I'll drink, Oktoberfest. Regular Sam Adams, I'm not a huge fan, unless you're in Boston, but Oktoberfest is good.
Yeah, I enjoy a good Oktoberfest.
I'm usually drinking Yingling or Killian's, and they're twist-offs anyway, so I don't even need a bottle opener.
I can respect the Killians.
It's good stuff.
There you go.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, so cheating, Donardo. Cheating. So my dad used to always say, cheaters never win and winners never cheat. Donardo, in my lifetime, I've seen the Patriots cheat and win and get caught and still win. I've seen the Astros cheat and win. And but I thought you're not supposed to win if you cheat. Winners aren't supposed to cheat.
I don't know. Penn's Chronicles out there apparently cheating, and I don't know if he's winning, but
what is going on? What is going on, Donardo?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's funny because you hear two sides. Like you mentioned, what your dad said. It's a very noble rule. It's very respectful. But yet you see, on the other hand, how people are just basically saying, why would you not cheat? Go cheat. You should be cheating. If you're not cheating, what are you doing? If you're not cheating, you ain't trying to win. Go
cheat.
Right?
Go cheat.
And I just, I don't want to say I'm in the middle, but I understand fully about getting an edge. Trying to do what you can. But also, like, within the realm. What of course we're talking about is the Astros. We're definitely going to get it. I'm going to give you your TED Talk, Ryan. This is your platform tonight. I know you want to go in on the Astros. I'm surprised we didn't get Trevor Bauer on the show with you. But
hey, we could try.
You'll have your platform here. But Ryan, I just like what is coming out, what they've actually done. That goes over the line, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a huge difference, Leonardo, between getting an edge and just outright cheating. And whether you can tell if if you can tell that your pitcher is tipping his pitches, that's not cheating. Like if you see that by the eye, that's like poker. You catch a tell from another player. That's not cheating.
That's a really good call. That's a great way of putting it.
You were aware of those actions, and it's something you noticed by your eye, and you use that to your advantage. But that's not cheating. Nobody in poker would say that's cheating. So if you see a pitcher, I don't know, this is an extreme example, Donardo, but let's say like he, twitches his hand or something before he throws a fastball, but when he throws a curveball, it's normal.
Right.
That's not cheating. That's just something you noticed.
That's
that the opponent's doing.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's getting that edge. Like, hey, I found something. But the difference is you found it on your own without any help.
Right. But Donardo, if you come over to my house and we're all playing poker and I have a camera attached to the bottom of the table,
right,
where I can see your hole cards or and it goes to my buddy in another room, and then he I have this in my ear, and Donardo's got jack shit. So that's cheating.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest, Ryan. Did you need to have that to tell that I had jack shit?
Good point. But that's crossing the line. That's a little too much. So they definitely cross this edge. But I mean, it's one thing when you're using technology to steal signs, to where what was it? Idiot Bob Nightingale tweeted out about, Cora's. It was such a shame to see Cora get fired because he could see, he could steal signs by just the naked eye, and he could read. Well, that's great, dude, if he's up at the plate. But guess what? How's he going to relay that to his hitters in an instant? There's no way. Oh, unless you have technology.
Yeah.
Which, using technology to steal signs, and now what's the latest, Donato? They're wearing wires. They're buzzing. Their arms are buzzing. Their shoulders. We can't take our jerseys off. We got shit on her. What is this? How is that not
how about
crossing
them
the line?
bombs dropping today, Ryan?
Holy
How about the
smokes!
Carlos Beltran's niece, apparently, maybe, potentially. I don't know. I'm believing it because you're hearing this, and then there's more investigation, more background into it. And did you know that account was the first to leak and report that Beltran was the Mets manager?
Oh, really?
Congratulations, Uncle Carlos, the new Mets manager. I've been to Citi Field 20 or 30, whatever they said, times this past year, stuff like that, or lifetime, whatever. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are speculating like a player's burner account or such, but to me, that's someone who's really close to Beltran. I mean, how are you reporting that stuff? I don't think any player's really out there doing that.
Well, dude, Beltran stepped down. Cora fired. The Astros GM and manager Hinch was suspended and fired.
Right.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that gets me, Donato, because when they suspended and then Crane came in and ended up firing the GM and manager, I think it was Lunau saying that basically he basically blamed the players. He said that it was something on the low levels that the players were doing. So he's throwing it on the players.
And low level like execs, I think he said.
Low level executive, yeah.
Coaching or something.
Employees
Employees.
Whatnot.
There you go.
So he's throwing it on them. So it would be one thing, look, if the GM come out and say, look, we have a way we can get signs a little easier, steal signs. And okay, hey, it's here to you if you want to use it. If not, whatever. And maybe some players, buy in, whatever, and then a manager. But I mean, Donato, this is looking like an organizational buy-in from every level. GM, manager, all the players.
Right.
So,
right.
Trevor Bauer was on this, way before I was. But look, you see a team, they're incredibly talented, don't get me wrong. They didn't need to cheat. Now, would they have won a World Series had they not been cheating? Who knows? We won't know. But incredibly talented team. But when you start seeing, I mean, they were so good, so quick. And everybody, it was, they were breaking offensive records. They're bringing pitchers in. Now, yes, they had a different pitching philosophy, and they're turning these guys around. We saw what they did with Garrett Cole. Mm-hmm. But, dude, like Justin Verlander, you got a guy who's, 36, 37 now? You got a guy coming over from the Tigers who's always been a workhorse, always been a good pitcher, a great pitcher, but he was trending downward. He comes over and it's 36, 37, 38. He's throwing some of the best years in baseball ever in his career at age 38. To me, that just tells, you see that and you say, something else has to be going on. Now, we haven't even gotten into, we've seen clips where Verlander's touching his hat and then goes to the ball. So you see stuff like that. That stuff hasn't even come out. But all this stuff's going on. They're wearing wires. They're hitting garbage cans for the stealing signs. You know that there was some other. You trying to tell me no one was putting stuff on the baseball to get that extra spin, to change those revolutions, like Trevor Bauer said. You can't teach yourself to change your spin rate. And everybody in the Astros pretty much changed their spin rate. So there was more going on. But it's just, I just can't believe that, like, the whole way down the line, everybody bought in and did it. It's like, who knows? We don't know if everybody, man.
But mostly, but I mean, at the same sense, if 24 guys are buying in, do you want to be the one guy that doesn't?
Right.
I mean, that's a peer pressure per se in the sense. You might not like it, but are you going to be the bad teammate or whatever? Anyways, besides that, getting back to what I wanted to say and talk about, I believe this could happen without a GM knowing. The potential is definitely there. The clubhouse comes together, more or less the players, which it kind of seemed like it was headed by the players in some sense. They had a good portion
the manager
of it.
would have had to have known.
The manager, yes. I can see the GM potentially not. So, but here's the thing. So you have a guy like Cora who's really good at stealing signs. So Cora's getting the sign, the players are banging on it, and it's all internal, right?
They're banging on it.
But the issue is, like you said, if you're talking about wires, if you're talking about, video cameras, guys, this whole, like you're saying, like this now becoming an organizational thing, then the GM has to be on the know of that. If it's restricted to just like the dugout, I could see where Lunau wouldn't know. Potentially. Still probably good chance, but potentially. But with all this stuff that's coming out, and I think the thing is speaking to it is the fact that MLB investigated, and there was enough to fire, I should say fires, there was enough to suspend Hinch for a full year, but also Lunau. If they investigated and they saw it being low-level employees and players and he wasn't involved, there was nothing to it with him, do you think he suspended the year?
Well, right. And here's the thing: if the GM, if you didn't know that your team is going to all these lengths to cheat, you're probably not a very good GM, or at least you're not really around. Which is, what's that say about you in your role? But
Good point.
Obviously he put the team together, but still, there was multiple people involved to obviously pull this thing off. It wasn't like Altuve was like, "Hey, look, guys, look what I got off Amazon. We can strap this to ourselves and somebody go out there and ring a buzzer." You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like something. There was obviously other employees involved, and ultimately, it's under the GM's umbrella, so he's ultimately responsible.
Right.
But DiNardo, I mean, this is wild. I mean, this is, you talk about the steroids, scandals that we had in the 90s and beyond. You go back to, Pete Rose betting on baseball. You go back to Shoeless Joe Jackson. I mean, look, gambling and cheating is way back in the, back in the 1900s, early 1900s, 1800s. It was a part of the game. We'd like to think that we've come a long way from that. But this is crazy. We haven't seen anything like this in years. Ever.
Ryan, I gotta read this comment. Statsmonger says the ones who don't buy in get traded to the Pirates.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ouch.
man.
Colin Moran,
man.
yep.
And the thing is, if you want to think about it, timeline exists. I mean, Musgrove was there. Colin Moran was there.
Right. What about Oz? Is he going to get suspended next?
I suspect no, considering what his position was. But like this ain't good for baseball. So, anyways, the cheating comes. So, the thing I want to talk also with this, as you mentioned, it's kind of what you're alluding to. So the players bought in. This became, it seemed like a clubhouse thing. Let's do this. We're all in.
The culture, yeah.
So it's kind of like what you're saying. Where does it stop? I'm not taking away. Houston was definitely in the forefront with analytics. Looking. I mean, what they saw in Garrett Cole was real.
They were on the forefront of everything, apparently.
Right. But like what they saw in Garrett was real. Like what they've done is real. But now you have to think everything is tainted with every player that was in that clubhouse from at least 17 to 19.
Absolutely.
And it seems like it's even deeper. I mean, they're talking about stuff back in 14 and such, but where does it end? I mean, we're talking about this, which is pretty egregious, but if they're willing to do this, why are they not willing to try something out on, like you're saying, them spin rates and whatnot? And who knows what else is out there that we're not even talking about or knowing?
Right. And well, the other thing is, what else is being done that we don't even know about yet? And really, what other teams were trying this? I mean, that's
the other thing.
Cora being, with the Red Sox. I mean, there was talk that they're going to be investigated too, but obviously the Astros seem to be on the forefront, literally, for this. But I mean, DiNardo, if they suspended the GM and manager for a year from baseball. If you're going to start, if there's players that were wearing wires and they were in, you got to start doling out suspensions to players. I mean, if you're I was going to say Roger Goodell. Oh, if you're Rob Manfred and you're MLB, dude, you got to drop a hammer, right? I mean, you did with the GM and stuff, but if you're starting players are involved, and like you said, at this point, I'm assuming everybody's involved, top down. So
Absolutely.
until somebody comes out and, I don't know, somehow proves it that they weren't, or they come out and speak and say, another Mike fires, it was this guy and this guy, you got to assume it was everybody. So what do you do if you're MLB? You have to start suspending some of these guys. Are you suspending players for a year? I mean, you have to put a stop to this now, or all teams are going to do it if they say, hey, we're going to get a World Series. They can't take that away from us.
So let's get into that, man. Now, I mean, they're pretty much saying that because of the players' union, what would have to be involved in such, it'd be so hard to get the players, and plus not enough concrete evidence to specify like which player it was that started it and X, Y, Z. But let's move past that. This whole wire thing and the buzzer,
the buzzard
blowing up right now because of apparently Carlos Beltran's niece. If this is true, if Altuve was holding his jersey, which I don't know if you saw that. It was funny because I was watching it one random Saturday morning.
Yeah.
No, I know you saw the jersey. Do you know the reason he said he did it?
He said it was. Well, I heard two reasons. I heard that he said he was shy, and the other one was his wife got mad at him.
Yes.
Mad at him about a previous one.
That was the one I heard. So it was because apparently his jersey got ripped off before, and his wife got mad about it. So in respect of her, he made sure no one ripped off his jersey, right? Now, like when I heard that, I chuckled. I'm like, it's funny, whatever.
Well,
now I'm going back,
and
I'm like trying to put this in perspective. I'm like, you know what? Are you serious? Is your wife... Think about this. Try to use some common sense. Just think about this.
Right.
You're in this situation. I'm Jose Altuve. I just hit a walk-off home run. I won this series, or just a game or whatever. My teammates came out and ripped my jersey off. I know there's some jealous people out there. Maybe
John
if this
will be all over you.
Maybe if this was Anna Benson, I could see this happening. But Jose Altuve's wife, do you think she was really jealous over that situation? Is she seriously pissed off that the teammates of Jose Altuve ripped off his jersey and people could see his chest? Now it's like I'm thinking about this doesn't make any sense, man.
It doesn't make any sense. Donato, if he had after the walk-off jumped 5 rows deep into the stands and started making out with women with no shirt on, or I could see it.
Right.
But just walking around with no shirt on, I mean does he go to the beach?
I'm thinking that's right. I'm thinking that sense like if I'm running on the dugout, I'm taking my own shirt off, and as my wife not being pissed off. So yeah,
and if that was
now
the
I'm
case,
starting to wear this,
Leonardo,
and then like he immediately runs to the dugout, runs away. Now, yeah, man, like it's like there's some smoke here. There's some smoke here.
Did you see the picture of the wire or the confetti? They're saying it's the confetti on the guy's chest. And then I saw a picture breaking down whether the piece was in front of the necklace or behind the necklace. It's like it's getting ridiculous. This is where we're at here. But
that one I don't believe as much. The confetti is kind of weird to believe because it's still there. But I mean, you're sweaty, it can stick. But that does look like his necklace.
Yeah.
It does look like his necklace. And also, again, I don't think you'd be that dumb to keep it on. You
wouldn't think. But
no.
It's just, here's the thing. You think if you're Altuve and your wife was that jealous, wouldn't you like put a shirt under your jersey? Then again, if you were cheating and you had a wire, wouldn't you put a shirt under your jersey as well? So it's kind of weird to begin with, but it's getting to a point. But I mean, who knows what'll come out next, Donato? But like you said, obviously where there's smoke, there's fire. So they were obviously doing something.
And there's Mike Fires.
Yeah, right. Mike Fires has already come out and been the whistleblower. Nice job. Mm-hmm. Has been like the whistleblower on that. So obviously they were doing stuff. They were looking for any edge they could, and cheating was it. But dude, if you're MLB, you gotta stop this now so it doesn't go on to other teams. And the only thing that I can think of,
exactly what it is. MLB has to send a message.
And here's the thing, Donato. I'm not for stripping titles. It doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, can you remove it from the
I thought
rule
you were
book?
just going to say stripping, to be honest. You had this little
Hey.
awkward pause there. Like, I'm not for stripping. I was like, are you sure?
No, I'm for that. But like taking the titles away, taking the World Series. Okay, if you want to take their trophy away and put it on eBay, whatever. But you want to remove them from the record book. You want to remove them from the record book. It's just, and what? Now the Dodgers they have a World Series. Like, it just doesn't, that's stupid to me. It happened. We all watched it. We all witnessed it. The players celebrated. The Dodgers felt felt defeat. They got rings. They got World Series DVDs. Those aren't going away. So taking the trophy away, that's stupid to me. It happened, and that's why other teams would do it. If they say, hey, we could cheat, and maybe our GM will get suspended, but if we win a World Series, they can't take it away from us. It still happened. So
Wider to Kutch said it perfectly right after this whole thing came about. His sole only tweet, very simple.
Flags fly forever.
Fly forever. And I think to bring this full circle with what we were talking about at the beginning, why not cheat? And I guess that's the thing. Like, I get it. It's the moral compass, the standards and such. Like, you don't want to cross that, but it's just kind of showing. Why not?
So you suspended the guys that were in charge, the GM and manager, but you got to start doing the players too. And I don't know if fines, whatever, but you got to do something. Like you said, flags fly forever. I mean, what is Rob Manfred going to sneak into the stadium to take down the pennant at night?
Mine.
Nobody remembers that World Series where they won. I mean, it's stupid. Right. So yeah, you got to do something else to make that consequence for each individual player and executive, where you say, nope, I'm out. And I don't know. I mean, do you see? I saw talk about the whole Pete Rose thing, and people are saying it's worse than what Pete Rose did. People are saying it's not as worse. I mean, I'm to the aspect of, if they were wearing wires and doing everything like what's coming out, I think it is worse than betting on yourself.
So,
or betting on the game, period.
I wanted to talk about this tonight. So since we're at this point, let's do it.
I'm glad I brought it up.
How do you view this? So you brought Pete Rose. We'll start there, and you kind of answer that. I'm with you too. I mean, I'm all for Pete. What he did was effed up. It really was, and I get he wasn't technically punting his own team, betting against his team, and then losing and such. But it's still messed up what he was doing. Right? There's definitely an integrity issue there. Think about this. Would you rather go on the mound and face someone who's taking HGH, or would you rather go there facing someone who's totally clean but knows exactly what pitch is coming?
I think I'd rather face him. I mean, competitive-wise, I think you'd be better facing him, the guy that's taking HGH.
I agree.
I mean,
that's my point. Now, I'm not in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm not the professional to truly answer that, but in my mind, I truly feel that as well. I think that's way more advantage than PEDs.
Yeah. It cannot be understated how much of an advantage it is to be like, hey, this next pitch is a curveball. I mean, that's half the battle.
Right.
So now you just got to swing and time it up and, go. So if you know the pitch that's coming, holy hell.
It's like the tunneling. Pitching Ninja has been great. Great follow. And it just demonstrates and shows it. I mean, the pitchers have gotten so well that you truly can't decide what pitch is coming because the arm action, everything is so similar. You see those overlays where the ball goes this way once, the ball goes that way once, and it looks the same exactly every time coming out.
Right.
So hence, if I know exactly what it is, none of that fools me. I have HGH, I still have to understand and know what that pitch is. My IQ still has to be smart. HGH ain't helping this out.
HGH has no mental,
Right. So
and the other thing with HGH is that was, and we don't know that was rampant pretty much through baseball. Pitchers were on it, hitters were on it. You don't, like you said, you don't know exactly who was all on it. So was everybody, or was it just a couple? But it seemed like more prevalent than this.
Right.
Cheating, there may have been a couple teams, but the Astros seem to be taking the cake as far as the forefront of it. And the thing that kills me, Donato, is they have so much talent to begin with.
Right.
Like they just, like you said, it was everybody bought in and said, let's do this. And, that's why I said you got it. But to me, I would say yes. It's more of an advantage to know the pitch that's coming in as far as, hey, I'm on steroids. Because I still got to know the mental aspect of the game. I got to know what you're throwing, and I got to go and make the swing and make the play.
Right.
But
so next question. Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, still young in their careers, but the year's 20, 34, 38, 40, whatever it is. Are they Hall of Famers? I mean, if we're going to put this standard, if we're going to say that the only Hall of Famers worthy this year is Derek Jeter because he was clean and, and whatnot, and these other guys aren't good because they were PED users, they cheated. Barry Bonds was never accused. Barry Bonds never proven. He was accused, right? It's just common knowledge, but it's never proven in that sense, right? So,
right.
Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, when their time's up, are they Hall of Famers? You and I agree. This is worse than PEDs.
Well, and granted, I think Bonds should be in. I think
I agree.
Bonds, Pete Rose. I think they should be in.
I agree. Well, no, not Pete Rose, but I agree in the rest.
Pete Rose should be in. But anyway,
we differ.
Agree to disagree. But so I don't know. I mean, this has happened pretty early on in their careers. So, you would think moving forward they would have to be not cheating. So, they still go on and have a hell of a career. I know, but
they cheated to win a World Series.
I honestly don't know. You're right.
I mean, that's just what I'm getting at, man.
Their
and I
legacy
both now,
in their
just
career,
2 people out of the 400 million in the United States, whatever. But you and I both agree, and I truly do feel it, that this is worse than taking PEDs, especially because, like you mentioned, at least back then, that's part of the argument you can say, it was a blind eye to baseball. Nobody cared. Do it because it's helping me out. It's helping the game. Go ahead and do it. Blind eye. Most people are doing it. So the batter is hitting the home runs was on PEDs, but so was a pitcher. So in the bigger sense, it almost was a level playing field that everyone was on PEDs.
Right.
Right now, they're cheating. They're doing something. The pitcher doesn't have the same advantage. Right? If I'm the pitcher and I have PEDs, you're the batter of PEDs, level playing field. That was common case back then. But now, what I'm pitching. I can't combat that. The other 29 teams aren't doing it potentially.
It's not even the fact for me, the fact of how much your numbers were improved because of it. It's the decision to even cross that line.
Right.
And to use that, because you talk about the integrity of the game. Well, shit, Donato, you're cheating the other team. I mean, that's how's that? Where's the integrity there? So,
yep. By the way, what's up, Amanda? She's saying hi, Ryan.
I thought she was at work. She told me she was at work right before me. I Snapchatted us out.
Quick break.
Very nice. Well, welcome.
She snapped you?
No, I snapped your picture out before we started.
Oh. I'm like, geez, Craig's reaching out to you, man. Like, no one talks to me anymore.
Wagner,
WTF?
Wagner responded back. He's in Columbus. He's hanging out with some baseball coaches, trying to work on his analytical game.
That coach's camp he's at's lit. I almost wanted to go. I don't even coach a team.
Right. But anyway, it's the fact of the decision to go and cheat. And I don't know. But Hall of Fame or no Hall of Fame for these guys, it's always going to tarnish their career. It's always going to be there. And I'm interested to see, now I saw Altuve's denied it and things in that, but I'm interested to see what all the, if eventually these players are going to speak, what everybody says. And, oh, where's holier than thou Justin Verlander, Donardo? Oh, MLB changed the baseball. The seams are different. The stitches are different. I can tell this is a disadvantage, even though it was helping your team out because you were hitting home runs left and right. Meanwhile, your team was cheating, Verlander. So where's he at right now?
Yeah,
Where's
and I
he
like
at?
that. I know you got, I'm not going to say flack, but some people are going to respond back like, oh, well, of course he's got to stay quiet. There's probably a gag or everyone. Yeah, I get it, but it's the point.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
point
then
of it.
shut up
He
about
was
MLB
so
and the
vocal
baseballs.
about everybody else and the
Right.
MLB. When if you look
Right.
at yourself, look what your team was doing. Maybe you
And-
should have kept quiet.
It would have been different, Donardo, if MLB was just changing the baseballs out when the Astros were pitching. But when they went to hit, they were like, "We're going to give you these dead balls."
Maybe
No,
they were doing that.
everybody was
Maybe
using
the
the
Astros did that somehow too.
Maybe. No, but Justin Verlander, everybody was using those baseballs. They switched it AAA, base MLB,
Level
all
playing field.
levels.
Right.
So what did it matter? You have a couple more home runs now. Big deal. He was still freaking throwing ridiculous innings and starts because he was cheating,
I'm with you.
rubbing his hat.
I'm with you. And
ridiculous.
again, no one is basking in more of their glory right now than Trevor Bauer. And oh my God, what a follow. If you must, do it now. Go follow Trevor Bauer. I know people have hated him. I've never hated him.
Yeah.
I appreciate the dude. I'll be honest. He could be a dick. Excuse me. He could be a dick. He's not the best pitcher in the world.
Yeah.
But I will say there's a few things about him. He speaks his mind. He's entertaining. And honestly, he's good for the game because you don't have that in baseball. And even he has to play heel in a sense. I mean, he has a personality. That's what baseball is craving. So I appreciate that. And regardless, I know he might not be the best pitcher, and he probably thinks he's better than what he has been. But with this guy, like the work that this guy does behind the scenes and what he does to help out other people, and like the YouTube channel and such, like I respect that a ton.
Yeah.
But oh man, Ryan, he is loving life right now.
What did he say on that? Siri, can you send me the definition of hypocrite?
Yes.
It's like, yes, that is Justin Verlander pretty much,
And then he goes,
all the Astros. Yeah. Yeah, he got a little weird when he was harassing some women and reporters on Twitter. But besides that, I mean, he was right. How about the video he posted? This was before even all this came out, where Bregman hit a home run off of him, and he looks back on the mound and he has the emoji come up like, That was a good one.
Right. By the way, Ryan,
But
I just want to point something out. Your chat is pending until, I won't say her name, but we'll say Amanda adds you as a friend. I'm just pointing out there. There it is. There it is.
wait, what?
There it is. Your chat is pending until Amanda adds you as a friend. I didn't block shit.
Oh, on Snapchat? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I get the follow because
And I got the blue check mark. I can remove
I
her
have-
as a friend. So
I have a 2-year-old daughter
blocked who?
and a cute dog, Donardo. So I get the follow from her.
oh well. I just have white claws and bad clothing decisions.
Bad fashion, yeah.
Anyways,
But-
yeah, man.
But yeah, dude,
Keep going.
I just can't. This whole Astros thing, and like you said, this is just coming out now, so who knows where this goes? But we've never seen anything like this. But to me, it's worse than PEDs. To me, it's worse than. I mean, we don't. There's people go back and forth on the Pete Rose thing, whether. Did he bet against his team or was he only betting on it? He says he only ever bet on his team. You saw the way how he played the game. Now there was other times when he was just the manager and he was betting on the team. I mean, obviously that's not good either.
Yeah.
But that goes back. Gambling has always been involved in baseball, and I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it's always been a part of the game on that aspect. And now you got gambling,
Legal.
coming in every state, basically. Yeah,
Hypocrisy.
legal in every state, and sport organizations are buying into it. The leagues are buying in and using it as a marketing tool, which is smart. But anyway, you don't want your players obviously betting on the games, but still. But dude, this is straight out. This has got to be one of the worst things that we've seen in a team do in baseball.
This is bad.
You know?
Now the MLB's getting press, so there's that. Finally,
Yeah.
MLB's getting in the headlines.
But it's the only
and the
thing
Super Bowl is only a few weeks
thing they're talking
away.
about.
But right, it's not for anything good. So
No.
yeah, kind of sucks.
So, yeah, I'm interested to see what because they said I listened to your solo North Shore 9 last week.
What'd you think of that, by the way?
It was good. No, it's I give you props because it was. I did that the one time I think when you were on a cruise, and it ain't easy. It ain't easy to go an hour just yourself. And
it's not
talking about whatnot.
I was excited though. Some behind the scenes look on that.
A couple times. You were like, this is where Ryan would talk.
Right, yeah. I goofed up a bit there. Couldn't find things, and usually it would just take over the flow, and I was like, oh shit, gotta do this myself. But so behind the scenes that you obviously couldn't do it. And so I was like, because I knew you did it yourself already once, and I gave you mad props for doing it yourself. I was like, I was actually excited. Like, I want to do this myself. Part of me was like, I don't even want to find a guest. I want to do this. So it was fun. It was fun, but definitely, it's not easy. Imagine talking to yourself by yourself for an hour, especially about the Pirates' 2020 offseason. So, yeah.
Right.
Anyways,
crazy.
Moving forward.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Anything else you want to
any more cheating
talk about with the Astros, or can you wrap that up?
No, F them and F Verlander. Cheaters.
All right. So let's throw a curveball here and go another topic.
Curveball.
I thought it'd be interesting. Of course, the new decade, the new year, blah, blah, blah. It's the beginning of the new year. We could add something, kind of fun and interesting. So, all right, Amanda, goodbye. We're friends again on Snapchat. Okay, so here's a question. You go look back. The best player of the decade was clearly Andrew McCutchen, right? Plain as day.
It wasn't Lonnie Chisenhall?
No.
Replacement level player.
However, he did outperform, I'd say, about a dozen players on the team last year. So there's that.
Probably a lot over the decade.
Right, that too. But let's say 10 years ago, if I were to ask you the question, who would be the most productive Pirate for this next decade? You probably would have picked Andrew McCutchen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that seemed like a clear choice in 2010, right?
Him or Neil Walker. No, it was probably McCutchen. Or it could have been Pedro. Pedro came up with the power, and at that point, you didn't know at least as much of a liability he was on the field.
True. But, so let's put it this way: there's probably three choices: Kutch, Walker, Pedro. Right? New decade, 2020. My question to you, and let's talk this through and talk it out. Who do you think will be the most productive player this next upcoming decade?
Now, are we going by WAR?
Yeah. I mean, like, how else would you equate it?
Well, you want to say like best hitter or something, because basically, if it's
player,
if it's
it
top
could be a
WAR,
pitcher.
Well, right, but if it's top WAR, I mean, Josh Bell's out because his defense is never going to get him.
Oh, well, but that's part of productivity. Maybe by 2030 though, there'll be a better stat and Josh Bell will be better evaluated because first basemen get murdered as far as WAR goes.
Yeah, maybe the DH will come in 3 years and he'll be a little bit, But
True.
At that point, he's still not going to collect the WAR as just a DH. But so it's a good question. I saw it when you put it in the notes, and I was thinking about it this week. Right now, the name that pops into my head, coming off last year is, I think Brian Reynolds. I think would be the name that pops up. He's been pretty good in the outfield from what we've seen last year. Dude clearly hit last year. If he put that together for 5, 6, 7 years and can play center I don't know how, what his exactly ratings will end up in center or the outfield. He's playing the right position though out there. Probably could see it, but I don't think he's currently on the team, Donardo. I think, and you could go. There's different ways. I mean, pitching side of things. I guess you'd say Mitch Keller because he's the top prospect, on the pitching side of things. But, we saw him struggle last year at times, really bad ERA, but a better FIP. So hopefully he'll be better. But I think it's tougher. Unless you have like a Max Scherzer, it's tough to really collect the WAR. You have to be a dominant pitcher for a while to really.
That's a good point.
To really, in a reliever, forget it.
Especially, and let's put it this way, especially in the situation the Pirates are, because in my eyes, it's easier for a hitter to come out pretty productive than a pitcher.
Yeah.
So by the time the pitcher's ready, he's traded to Houston for Colin Moran and Joe Musgrove.
Right, and then they cheat, and turn their career around.
Of course, Right.
So I think it's a hitter, and I think that it's not currently on the team. Now, there's a couple different ways you could go with Travis Swaggerty. He was the top 10 pick a couple years ago. Haven't really seen what we'd like to see from him so far in the minors.
Yeah.
Couple other names, Brian Hayes. With his defense, third base, you could see that if he comes into being that productive hitter that we're hoping. Josh Bell, I guess, but like I said, the defense I don't think is going to be there for Josh Bell. Marte is going to get traded or eventually hit free agency. Mm-hmm. We don't have a catcher. I don't think it's Newman.
It's not Bailey?
No. Dude, and I don't know if you're going this way, but I think it's Oneil Cruz.
Interesting.
That's where I'm heading.
Yeah. Well, no, hold on though. You said that's where you're heading, but it seems like you didn't. So to answer the question truthfully, then, is it Oneil Cruz, or is that player not on the team?
Well, it could be on the. Well, shit. Then it could be anybody. Well, then I could say, well, we could trade for Mike Trout next year, and it could be him.
That ain't happening. So anyway,
well, you don't know. No, it could definitely be someone not on the team. And with
so make your prediction.
GM,
who is it going to? Is it going to be someone that's on the team, or is it Oneil Cruz?
What, you just want me to throw a freaking random prospect around baseball out and be like, oh, that's who it is?
Okay, whatever. Say whatever you want to say.
Because are you saying pick a guy on the team or just the field, basically off the team?
The field, because
at that point. At that point,
I'm foreshadowing my answer because when you first said that's what I was going to go with. So you just ruined my whole thing. But continue because whatever. Go ahead.
Who are you going with outside of the organization?
Yeah, that's eventually what I was going to get to.
That's probably a safe.
That sounds like I can't predict who it is. I feel like they might be drafted.
It's Vlad
in
Guerrero.
A year or two. But that's truly that's how I feel. I mean, go down the list like you said. Mitch Keller. I don't know if he's going to really accumulate. You mentioned the WAR. I don't know how great of a pitcher he can be to be that person, to amass all this WAR, to be the best pitcher of this upcoming decade. Reynolds makes a very solid case. He's very young. He's coming off a rookie season. He had a very incredible year. I don't know if I fully believe all of what he did. To me, this is going to be a nice year to see what he really is. And if he can sustain that, then I'm in for it. But that was a really, really high BABIP, Brian. Really, really high BABIP. Right. I'm not saying he wasn't a good player, but when you take out that BABIP, we talked about his numbers. If he was about average or what he's doing in his minors, he was like a 270 hitter. Still productive, but you're going from under 2 WAR to now over 3 WAR. So I'm intrigued to see what he can continue doing next year. But still, it's not like he has that pedigree of Kutch. I don't think, at least. He's not like superstar level. He could be productive, and then he's eventually going to get traded, right? He's going to move on, and there goes his career with the Pirates.
Right.
Like you mentioned about Brian Hayes, next to Keller, he's the next prospect up, number 2 in the system. But I'm worried about him. I mean, after seeing what he did in AAA last year, offensively, his glove's there, and it'll play. And especially the team like the Pirates, they'll give him every chance. Because with his glove alone, he can be a productive player. If the bat comes, that's where he could be a really good player.
He's got to start hanging out with the X-Man, the X Factor. He'll be all right.
True. Or Carlos Beltran. But you're right. Like, I think the person in this organization right now, today, and I don't think it's a surprise, O'Neal Cruz has that superstar factor. He couldn't. He's the biggest boomer bust. Like, I'm not going to go all in. If I'm Pete Rose, I'm not betting on Cruz being a superstar. But if there's one person in this organization right now that can be the next Kutch, it's him. But he much easier could be 2017 Pedro Alvarez. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hopefully not. I mean, it's tough too because we don't know where Cruz is going to end up playing. You know, if
he's going to be in the outfield.
I was going to say, I don't know, dude, he's still playing shortstop in the minors. So
no. You say still. He was with Huntington.
That's true. I mean, I think it's 50-50 whether it's somebody outside of the organization or somebody in the system right now. Obviously, yeah, Reynolds looks to be the guy that if you would say, who's the guy on the team right now, I'd say Reynolds. Outside, I'd say Swaggerty or Cruz. I mean, essentially, it could be somebody that Ben drafts this year and is up in 3 years. That's kind of what I was alluding to. You know, it could be somebody he drafts. It could be somebody they acquire. Little foreshadowing, something I want to talk about on Sunday, though, about the lack of moves. I mean, we haven't seen him do anything yet, so we haven't pulled in any new names in this organization. But I'm going to talk about a little bit more about that on Sunday. But, yeah, I think it's 50-50. Someone outside or someone going to be drafted or somebody in that system. But I don't think he's currently on the team.
That's kind of how I feel. That's what I want to get into. I just don't really see too many people on this team. And it's kind of what we talked about the past few years. You know, this team has some solid players. I mean, we can't deny that. There's some talent on the team. It's not a lot of talent, but there's some talent. But it's a lot of role players. There's no Kutch in this system. There's no one that had the pedigree of Pedro, Cole, Tyone and such coming up.
Right.
So I'm with you. I mean, it's 2020 right now. The Pirates could have a really, really top draft pick this year that they could draft in 2020. They could be up in 2024 and have 5.5, 6 years of production. Even if it's next year's draft or something. I'm with you, man. I don't feel that person's on this club right now. And it just kind of shows where the Pirate state is. And that's what we're kind of saying. This team just does not have any star power.
They got no marbles.
And it's on Sherrington, man. He better hit this year. We're banking on it. We're counting on that.
Well, yeah. So who's your answer? It's Vlad Guerrero.
No.
When Ben makes that deal,
I don't want Vlad. He's not good enough. His infield outs above average are pathetic.
Oh boy.
So he's no good.
Vlad actually wasn't that good last year, at least with the hit with the at the plate.
Yeah. Bo Bichette. That's my best Pirate.
Ooh, I like Bo.
Bo Bichette. Actually, Fernando Tatis Jr. Why not? They need a pitcher. Yeah. Trevor Williams, Tatis Jr. Trevor Williams go back to San Diego. We get Tatis Jr. Call it a day. Fair trade.
There you go. Watch, we'll all be wrong. It'll be like Chad Kuhl. Chad Kuhl's going to come out of this injury and put up 8 more seasons for the next 6 years.
I would not hate that.
Right?
Man, I'm excited.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm excited for some Cool Whip this year.
I know you were talking about his honeymoon and him throwing on the honeymoon. I was getting excited about my Chad Kuhl this year.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right, so interesting. So I guess you and I both really truly feel like that person's not on the team.
Yeah, but I think.
But if I were to pick someone on the team, it would be Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Reynolds.
It could. I think he has the highest
team-friendly
floor.
He signs a team-friendly extension for a couple extra years through free agency and just kills it the next 5-6 years.
So it's not so much quality, but more quantity. Solid quantity. It's not a superstar, but he gives you a decade of good stats.
I don't know
and not
for a decade
7 years of great stats.
I know, because it's almost like if you're an MVP like McCutchen was, you really can't be with the Pirates for a decade. It's probably not going to work out that way because you're too good. So you kind of got to be like good, but not too good. What was Reynolds' WAR last year?
3.1, I believe.
He was 3.9 on Baseball Reference. So I mean that was almost a full season, but yeah, four win season basically Baseball Reference. So he does that the next 5-6 years. He could be it.
Oh yeah, I mean if he does that, I'm betting on him. I just don't think he'll do that.
No. Well, it's going to be the player who cheats. That'll be the answer.
You know what? Let's trade for Correa and Altuve. Their stock's just plummeting. You know what we're gonna do? This is it, Ryan. 2021. We're hiring Lunau. We're hiring Cora.
We're hiring Lunau.
We're trading. We're gonna get Correa in here, Altuve in here. We're gonna get the team, all the people that everyone wanted to fire and get rid of. The Pirates are going all in, baby. Again, why not cheat? Flags fly forever.
Why not cheat? Yeah, if MLB's not going to do anything. Oh, who cares? We lost our GM. Get another one.
Right.
So Neil Huntington and Hurdle to the Astros?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Boy, wouldn't that be something?
And then there you go. Because Neil, he loves Joe, man. He loves Colin. We're going to throw Jason Martin in there. Michael Feliz.
I did love the Twitter takes of how MLB should punish the Astros by obviously the funny Twitter answers that I would expect. I don't know if you saw some of them. Basically, make the Astros play for make all the Astros players play for the Pirates, or have them play the game nude.
I saw. Yeah.
How do you think Altuve's wife would like that if he played the game nude?
I saw one. I know it was one of our followers that tweeted it. I forget who or whatever, but I saw it was like they make the Astros throw nothing but two seamers. That's their punishment.
That's good.
They can do nothing but throw two seamers. That would be great.
Hide all trash cans. So we're going to get to a point, dude. The umpires are going to be giving the players pat downs before the games.
What umpires? There'll be robots.
Good point. Well, there'll be umpires that call, safe and outs.
Whatever.
Got to keep them on point somehow. You got to be someone's got to be there to fight with the manager,
Yes.
But that computer called that a ball, but it was a strike.
All right. Let's wrap this up.
Yep.
One last thing, which by the way was a tweet that I forgot I tweeted. Hey, Amanda added me back. What is this?
I was like, this is great twitching here.
Oh, this is funny. Oh, freaking Alex Stump. Oh, what an asshole. That's right, Stump. I'm calling you out. He wrote an article for DK. Update on the life of Pablo. Maybe some more parties in PA. Man, and it's funny because he tweeted that I directly stole this from North Shore 9. He stole my headline, bruh. Anyways, yeah, so... Is
he coming February 15th?
I don't know. I think he has to cut his hair if he comes. So probably not. We asked a question. Can't find it. So I forget what it is. So this is going to go. See, Ryan, this is where you come in. Here it is. What's an interesting fact about you that not many people know? Oh, this is kind of fun.
I'm a real estate agent.
Maybe some intriguing facts for the North Shore 9 that we can each reveal to our
If
listeners.
You are buying or selling or have any questions, give me a call. That's what people don't know. I'm a real estate agent now. Got my first sale under my belt tomorrow. So give me a call.
That's it, man.
That and I used nice dribble there, Donardo.
Yeah, professional.
That and I used to work.
That's a White Claw drinker drinking beer.
That's a White Claw. There you go. Better go back to that White Claw. So what's somebody that we don't know about you?
So, back in 6th grade, you know what? I think I said this before now.
Boy. back in 6th grade. This isn't a Mr. Wagner story, is it?
It's not, but I don't remember if I said this now. Now that I'm saying it, I feel like I did. So I'll say it again, because you know what? They probably didn't listen when I said it before anyways. Back in 6th grade, Miss Cover, you remember her?
Oh, yes.
There was a homework assignment that I didn't finish, and she was strict. No, I mean, people don't know her, obviously. She was super strict. Her whole mentality was, you're in 6th grade. I'm here to prepare you for high school. And she was like the meanest teacher I've ever had in my life. So
you didn't just cheat on this homework assignment?
No, I did much better. Maybe Jose can learn from me. So I didn't finish my homework assignment. And so what she would do is she would call you up one by one to review your homework and like grade it on the spot there. Because it was like reading or something. It was like a workbook. You know, workbooks out in 6th grade you filled out.
She was the worst.
Dog jumped. I don't know. So I didn't do it. And then Gibson, I'll just say that. I think he was the one that sat next to me. So I remember like looking at his workbook and just like trying to copy the answers. Now she'd call up one by one, like I mentioned.
Oh, so you were cheating?
Actually, yeah, it was. Alphabetical order. My last name's DiNardo, so I was early. So she calls me up to look at the yearbook, look at the workbook. And again, I was cheating, didn't have it done. I got like just a few answers off of Gibson. So what I did was I stood up and I walked, because our desks were together. You're in like a duo system. I walked up, walked behind him, and as I turned my body, I like ran into his desk and then I like stumbled and then went backwards against the wall and like hit my head off the wall and just went down.
What?
I legit in 6th grade as a 12-year-old psycho faked passing out in class.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, would you do this on purpose?
Yes, I pretended like I fainted.
Okay, did it work?
Yes, she panicked. She said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I think." And she said, "Don't move." She was don't move. She was very concerned about my well-being. Do not move. So I sat there. She called the nurse. The nurse came up, took me to the nurse's office. The nurse called my mom. My mom picked me up, took me home, did my homework that night, came back to class the next day, completed assignment.
Oh, my God.
6th grade, pretended like I passed out.
Mrs. Covert, if
People
you're listening
wonder why
and you're
I am who I am
watching,
today.
yeah, this guy is something else. Well, maybe you hit your head pretty good there and explains a couple things.
So like Altuve, right? That just got caught cheating. He should just pass out.
All right, I got a Shenango Elementary one.
What's that?
Does Matthews 2nd grade? Were you in 2nd grade?
I moved
When did you come to
in
Shenango?
2nd grade. April of 2nd grade. But I do remember her.
That's when I moved from Newcastle. So Mrs. Matthews was a bitch.
Yes,
Anyway.
Yes, she was.
So I needed it was right around, I either had glasses or I needed glasses at that point. I couldn't see nothing. I couldn't see the blackboard. So I used to tell her, like, can I sit, in front, which they always want you to sit in front. No kid wants to sit in the front. I was like, can you put me in front because I can't see the blackboard? And she used to get so mad at me and be like, well, where are your glasses? And there was something going on. We were either getting them fixed or I was getting new ones and they weren't in yet. And she would get so mad at me if I didn't have these glasses, but I didn't have them. Like we didn't, I don't know. My parents didn't set the appointment up and we couldn't get in for a couple weeks or whatever.
Sure.
But she used to get so pissed at me. And I remember, and I said, she told me one day something, you better have those glasses or blah, blah, blah. So I remember, I told my parents because we didn't have them yet. I was getting them like the next week. And I said, she's going to kill me if I go in there. Like you talk about anxiety back then as a 2nd grader. I was like freaking out. I was like, she's going to freak out on me. I was like, she's going to give me detention or who knows what. Detention. I don't think you get that in 2nd grade. You just skipped recess or whatever. So I was like, I'm going to be in trouble. I don't want to go to school. Like my parents are like, just tell her that we're getting them next week and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't understand. So I go to school and I'm like sick to my stomach, DiNardo. And I didn't have her in homeroom, but I had her like, a couple classes or something in the morning. And we went to her class that day, and I was so sick to my stomach. And we got there, and she was out that day. And
Nice.
she was out. We had a substitute teacher, and I've never been so happy to see that substitute teacher. And then the next, I think it was the weekend, and then we got the classes the next week, and all was saved again. But yeah, I remember that. I didn't try to fake getting out of it, but I probably should have. But yeah, she wasn't there. I just remember that day. I was so elated. I was
I actually
like
have
Jose
a funny story
Altuve
about her too.
getting a buzzing chest when a fastball's coming.
So again, as I mentioned, I moved to a whole new state, right? I came from New Jersey to Pennsylvania, right?
Jersey.
Came into second grade in April of that year, which means like April, May, and then June, you're done. So I'm the new kid in school. And so people that don't know, here's another fun fact. I hate popsicles. I've never liked them. I like can't eat them. I don't know. They're disgusting to me. But
You can't eat them.
it was like at
They're
the
ice.
end of the school year, and you might even remember this, but as like a grade, we all came together to Mrs. Matthews' class to watch some movie.
Yeah.
So we're all sitting. I'm sitting on the floor. They gave out popsicles, all the kid, right? Again, I can't eat. Like I don't know how to eat them. I hate them. Well, it
I don't know how to
melted.
eat
It
them.
melted everywhere. So, and if you remember back
But
then,
so you didn't give it back to her?
no, I just took it. But anyways, back then, if you remember, they had all the carpeted floors, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this popsicle melted like all over me and like got on like all the carpet, and she yelled at me. She like legit, and I wasn't like, she didn't know me. I didn't know her. I never
Yeah.
had her for the classes. I was just from other class coming over, and like she like real pissed off and like yelled at me. So
Yeah.
my second grade experience was awful, by the way, being the new kid and then all that.
That sounds about right, because she just yells at pretty much kids daily. There.
Right.
But you just let it melt. You didn't just be like, no, I'm good right now. Like, no, you let it melt.
I don't know. I took it, and like I said, I don't know. People like bite into popsicles and eat them. Like what? What are you?
I
freaks?
probably was in the back. I couldn't even see the damn movie because I couldn't see.
Oh my god. There were some good ones though, by the way. So Ethan apparently is a very good juggler. I don't know if you saw that
Interesting.
video.
How about the one? Was it Steve Brightman? He like managed 104 people over 2 states, and he went into a big long one. It was interesting.
He managed like 108 people and doing some crazy things. Patricia Davies like delivered a baby on a parkway.
Amanda Jane. I said, you coming February 15th? It's her weekend to work, Donardo.
Of course it is.
She's going to try to switch me. Or switch somebody. We'll see.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. If you want to know some stuff, shoot us a question or something. We'll tell you more stupid stuff that we've done.
A question.
I
know,
got
good old
plenty.
Shenango stories.
I got plenty.
Yeah, it's funny. 6th grade had, different grades had like the bad teachers, but 6th grade had Covert, Wagner. 5th grade, I don't really remember anybody being too bad. Was there who was Mrs. Show? Was 5th grade Maslick?
No, he was 6. He was my homeroom teacher.
He was just weird. He wasn't mean. He was just weird.
No one understands this, but just think about this. I know you guys don't know him, but just imagine this. Your 6th grade teacher. He was...
I knew it. I know where you're going.
He was our... No, you don't. He was the baseball coach of our high school, right? But also he was like a ref, an umpire for like all 3 sports and stuff. I'm not shitting you, Ryan. He would sit in his desk, right? While it's like study hall or whatever, we're sitting there. He would practice his calls. I'm not lying. Envision this 58-year-old man sitting at his desk doing this. I'm not lying. He would do that. He would just sit there and just throw out just random motions of
Donardo.
some type of penalty, some type of foul. What are you doing?
He used to he used to sit at his desk and cut his toenails.
Oh yeah, he did that too.
And during class.
Yeah, he did that too.
So imagine you're a fifth grade teacher sitting there cutting his toenails. I mean, who was Shenango hiring?
He was weird, man. He was weird.
So mold young minds.
Yeah.
Our young minds. Crazy.
Anyways, let's get out of here.
Anyway.
They're bored.
Right. Talking about Shenango another time. Shout out to Chuck Tanner.
There you go. So, yeah, appreciate y'all listening. February 15th, come out to the bar crawl. We'll be back for our podcast this Sunday. Ryan and myself.
I'll be back. I'll be there.
I think that's it.
There's no national title game, so I'm good.
Good. Your head cold. Are you feeling a little better, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Did you punish your daughter for what she's done?
Nah, it was bad.
All right. Well, we out. We'll catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Peace.